everyone, this is Geethanjali. In the last video we did chromosomal theory of inheritance, and in this video we'll be doing linkage and recombination. As I told you, linkage is an exception to the third law, that is the independent assortment. Okay, so the law of independent assortment says that the genes separate independently of each other, but sometimes it's not like that. So the genes, they can be linked, that is, they might be present closely on the same chromosomes. Okay, so what do I mean by this? Suppose this is a chromosome, right? So let us say there are two genes which are present closely like this. So during crossover, they somehow manage to stay together in spite of the exchange of genetic material. In spite of the exchange of genetic material, they somehow manage to stay together. Okay, so that is why we call them, they are linked. Okay, so when the chromosome is an allosome like X and Y, we say that they are sex linked genes. Okay, so Morgan, he used these two terms, linkage and recombination. So this linkage is used for the physical association of the genes, and whereas recombination is a term which is used to refer to the non-parental combination of genes. Okay, so it's pretty obvious that if the linkage between the genes is more, that is, the more close they are present, the less is the recombination. Means so when they're closely present, they will not separate from each other, and the same combination will be seen in the progeny too, right? So the same combination will be seen. If they are present far apart, they will actually separate, and a different combination will be seen in the progeny, right, with some other gene, right? So this is what actually it means. So more the linkage, less is the recombination, and vice versa. So Morgan student, okay, Alfred Sturtevant, he actually used the frequency of recombination between the gene pairs of the same chromosome to actually denote the distance between the gene pairs of that particular chromosome. So like this, he was actually able to map their positions on the chromosome. So to understand this, we have these two crosses, okay, that was performed on basically Drosophila melanogaster, that is a fruit fly. So we have here three things. Okay, first is the YW1. So here Y, basically Y or Y plus. Okay, Y plus is the dominant character, Y is the recessive one. So this basically refers to the body color. Okay, and then we have the eye color, that is W or W plus. Okay, so in this case we have again eye color, and we have a new character, that is the size of the wings. So M plus means huge wings, whereas just M means miniature wings. Okay, so there were two crosses that were performed considering these two characters. So the first one was considering the body color and the eye color. So they took a wild type of fruit fly which basically had brown body and red eye, with actually a fruit fly with recessive characters, that is yellow body with white eyes. Okay, So as we know, if you know the Punnett square, you will easily tell that there are only two possible combinations for this. So in this you will get a wild type, which is a female, and you will get a recessive charactered one, that is the male. Okay, there are only two possible combinations, right? That's why. So now if we actually cross these two, so you will get four possible combinations. But since these four combinations are applicable for both male and female, you will get 4 plus 4, that is 8 possible combinations. So in this 8 possible combinations, you see the parental type were the most. So there were 98.7% of the progeny were basically from this parental type. What do I mean by parental type? So if you see the parental type, you have first wild type or the yellow white type. So these are the parental type, and you can see the parental type wild type or yellow white combination. So these were mostly seen, whereas the non-parental combinations like white eye and brown body, or yellow body with red eye, okay, so this was actually not seen much, only 1.3%. Okay, so by this we can conclude that these two genes which are there, the body and eye color, they are actually linked. That means they are present very closely on the same chromosome. Now if you take this cross B between the eye color and size of the wings, you will see that 62%, 62.8% are parental and 37.2 are recombinant. So you can say that these are not completely linked. Okay, they're actually a bit far from each other compared to these two pair of genes, right? So in this case we see more recombination, and hence we can say they are more farther apart from each other than these two genes. So based on this we can actually map the distance between the genes as Alfred Stoteman did. So he used a unit, okay, like centimorgan for example. He used these units like how we used like meter, foot, inches for distance in real life. He used centimorgan for the distance between the genes. So here he basically, I told you that the frequency of recombination, basically this percentage itself, he used this percentage itself to denote the distance between the particular gene pair. So the body color and eye color, these ones were linked. So they were this, it was only separated by 1.3 morgans, whereas the eye color and the size of the wing, the genes denoting for those characters, were actually pretty far compared to these two genes. So there the distance between them was 37.2 morgans. Okay, now based on this we can actually calculate the recombinant percentage for body color and size of the wings. That means these two we can calculate by just adding these two, so you'll get 38.5 morgans. Okay, and these are actually sex linked because they're present on X chromosome, which is an allosome. So this was basically what you have to know about linkage.